my heroes in American music, people like Charles Ives, are people who have taken the commonplace, ordinary human experience and framed it in some way to make it a wonderful artistic experience that elevates the human spirit. And this is what I would like to do. I think Charles Ives is probably the most important composer for me in America. And so it's not just nature; it's also trying to find a symbiosis with the human condition. And I guess that's why we're able to make a living at what we do, is because I think probably the most important reason is that we do touch chords, responsive chords in ordinary people, without compromising our own artistic integrity. I think that's the key. That's the secret to how we were able to do this and go into all kinds of different places. And
do you find that your experiences in nature and hiking and recording sounds in the environment plays a part in developing an interactive sense with your installations and your pieces?
Oh, definitely. Oh, absolutely. In fact, people are very concerned. For instance, we have a piece called Rainforest installation, and it's also evolved into a couple of pieces on its own, where we set up a series of slides that fade and dissolve into each other of the rainforest that we have photographed, all different rainforests around the world. And then along with that, there's a group of instruments that people come up and perform. You're probably wondering why we do all this, which doesn't seem, it seems to be going far afield from music. But we tour for a living, which means that we're not in a college or university. We make our money by touring. We do not make our money by commercial music. We do not make our money by commissions. We really make our money through our McLean Mix, and we bring with us an environment, and we're hired for this reason. We bring with us, for instance, a piece which we've invented, a whole atmosphere, a whole environment, as I said, that we then put in a place, and that becomes their environment. And we're known for doing this. Along with, we also do concerts. And the reason we expand is because we work all the time with the audience. A lot of times on a one-on-one situation. We see what they want. We see what works. We see the faces light up with delight. It's not just an abstract artistic experience. It's also it's a learning experience for everybody. What is creativity? Where is it coming from? How can they reach it in themselves? When they reach it, they then appreciate what you're doing. Until they reach it, until they do, they don't appreciate what you're doing.
And so this allows us to do an installation and then a concert at the end. And in the concert, we can do very, very abstract, what we call difficult, challenging music, because we have brought the audience along through the installation, through their experimentation with sounds and so forth, and they feel very comfortable. And we really bring them along to the point where the audience, for what we do, I mean, what our music is not, our concert music is not that different in degree of abstraction or dissonance or whatever from most classical contemporary music. But what's different is that we have brought the audience to that point through the previous days in the residence, and so they're able to understand it, and so therefore we are able to go anywhere, virtually anywhere in the country, and do difficult music for virtually any audience. Yeah.
I think Borneo is a good example of how we work. they did hire us to do this through our video artist, who we've worked with before with the Rainforest Images. He was our video artist for that. After getting all the materials and everything, we had presented our rainforest installation there at the university, and they're not into improvisation. They did not understand it. They could not improvise, even though they tried. I didn't think it was successful. And so we were coming up with this new piece. What were we going to do? So we said, if we give another installation, it's going to be the same thing. They're not going to respond. So for them, this audience, these people who, the music has to be very specific and without mistakes. I mean, most of their music is gamelan based. And a lot of it is sacred, a lot of it is very traditional. We thought we would better give a performance. We do the improvising, and they can see what we're doing. I mean, we are an example of what an American improvisational group can do with the music we've gotten from them. So that's what we did. We gave a 20-minute improvisation with a composed tape and Hasnal Saidon's video of the Borneo rainforest. And then after that was over, in the audience, there was a big audience there. We talked about it first, explained what we were doing. Then we invited them to come up and just do tried to make it as friendly as possible. Just, come up and try some of these things out and see what you like to do with it. And we designed some instruments around their specific needs. So we had ceramic percussion on the floor, sort of like a fake gamelan. It was ceramic, well, they were drain pipes, sewage pipes that had been painted with rainforest symbols on them, on a mat in a circle. And so they came and they sat on the floor and they played these with mallets that we had improvised. And this, which Americans would not understand, is something they immediately related to, sitting on the floor and playing the instruments in a circle. And they became very enthusiastic, and then the installation was very successful. But that's what you have to do when you're out in the world earning your money this way. You have to always consider creatively what is wanted.
Usually the question that people ask me is what kind of promotion do you do? I mean, how do you do this? You must really have a good agent, or all these kinds of questions. And really, it's very simple. There's only one thing that we do, and that is that we provide things that people want to pay for. It really comes down to that. It's not the promotion that works. It's the fact that we have struck a chord in people, and we provide what we developed a strategy of approaching audiences that they want to hire us for. So it's in commercial terms, it's not the advertising, but it's the product that's the important.